Hello everyone, doing a video. It's been a long time. Been out for a while. I did a video maybe a month ago. It's always on my mind. I want to do a video and things happen around the house that like I can't do one. It's just been so busy. My mom broke her leg, both of her legs a year ago on in December. But she broke one and he had to break her other leg because it was all calcium buildup. So I've been really trying to like help her move around and doing all that stuff that comes with uh having an older age mom. And I love her to death, but she keeps me on my toes. And I love everything about, helping her because she's helped me when I was a kid. So it's time to for the I guess get her paid back somewhat. She bathed me and did all kinds of stuff for me when I was a kid. So now it's her turn to take the help. Yeah, I'm still stacking silver. I'm not stopping. The prices from it's been 7 years for me. So I started stacking silver when silver was under $20, 13, 14, in the upper 20s. I was buying America 5 ounce America the Beautiful coins, those ATBs. I was paying $100 for really nice America the Beautifuls back then. And we had the crash back in COVID, and everything changed. A lot of people came on board. A lot of new people came on board when the crash happened, and we went all the way. Like I think it was like, excuse me, it was like 6 months. We went from $11 to $29, and it took a while, but we got there. We fluctuated from 27 to 29. And everybody said, we're never going to see $20 silver ever again. It's not going to happen. Well, and you had people like Andy Sheckman. Premiums on Eagles were really high. And he had people like Andy Sheckman. He's a guy that comes on YouTube a lot. And he goes on these different channels. And he's a dealer. And he's like, you're never going to see premiums that low ever again on Eagles or anything, because there's so many people buying it. There's a silver shortage out there, and the silver shortage, the silver squeeze movement came, and it caused premiums on everything. Buffaloes 90%, all kinds of stuff to explode very high. And I didn't like it. As a stacker, you want to try to get more for your money. Not less ounces. You want more ounces. And the back in the day, when I first got into it and I started watching YouTube channels, it was it wasn't about like how much is your stack worth? Like what's the value of stack? And people were like, it's not about, the value or how much your stack is worth. It's about how many ounces that you got. How many ounces of silver do you got? How many ounces of gold you got? That's what comes down to it in the end. But we price metal in dollars, right? That's what we do as stackers. Most of us, it's nice to say we don't price it in dollars. We price it in gas, or we price it in food. You could do that. That's simple math. You can add it up. But at the end of the day, you got to sell. When you sell these things, either you find somebody that's willing to barter with you, and you do that barter together, and So here's the name of the video. This is my new Kookaburra, the 2026. Name of the video is really nice piece. Stackers are getting lied to. We're all being lied to. And what do I mean by that? I mean about the silver shortage. You know, there's a silver shortage. There's a tight supply. I get it. The supply chains are all messed up because what's going on around the world with war, Ukraine, Russia, Iran, America, China. Everything's being, like, the card table's being turned over on its side. And I like this one. It's the one with the snake at the bottom. Pretty cool. But we're always getting lied to. Like, they're saying, oh, there's this guy, Michael Oliver. Like, he's been calling for $100 silver forever and ever. Well, he got it right, because a broken clock is right twice a day, they say. So he eventually got that right. You're the snake. He's been calling for 100, and he said sometime last year silver was going to go to 100. It was going to go to triple digits. And I didn't believe it. I thought maybe we could see what do you call it? $70 silver, real easy. And it seems like this is where the floor is for silver. Although I do believe we're going to go probably into the low 60s. I think we're going to retest the not low 50s, but maybe mid-range 50s. Not right away, but some time down the line. It's all about time frames. I really like this golden horse. She's cool. I like the horse. So yeah, you got all these people saying now the same guy, Michael Oliver, is saying, what is he saying? He's saying by this summer, silver's gonna be $300 to $500 an ounce. Check out that. I like the dragons. The dragons are some of my favorite pieces. I'm a dragon freak. So yeah, he's saying all that stuff. $300 to $500 an ounce, and it's gonna stay there. It's gonna go there, and you're not gonna have a pullback. That's gonna be the new price floor for silver. This is a guessing game. And I don't think silver can stay at those higher levels, because it being the industrial side of it always brings it back down to reality, because of what it's used in. It's used in all these things. And we also got lied about the Tomahawk missile. Andy Schectman, another big, huge lie, saying there's 500 ounces in every Tomahawk missile. He was claiming that for years and years. I started in 2019. He was saying there's 500 ounces, a monster box, in every Tomahawk missile. Here to come find out, there's like maybe 5 to 10 ounces and connectors. Then they were saying there's a kilo in every electric car. Here to come find out, there's about 16 to 26 grams in every electric car. So we're told all these stories about how much silver's used, how much silver is in this and how much silver is that. It's mostly small amounts of silver that's used in everyday things. Without silver, the world wouldn't run correctly. So it is precious metal. It's a monetary metal. It's an industrial metal, but it's more industrial and it has more volatility built into that because of the industry part. When things slow down, that's when silver kind of like lags. And even though gold will keep going up, silver will just lag and lag and lag. And eventually, once things start moving again, then the prices start to go back up. Do I think we're going to go from, what do you call it? Right now we're at, what is the price of silver? $76. Do I think we retest 121 intraday high sometime this year? I think it's about 20-30% possibility we retest the intraday high of 121 and change. I think gold this year, this is my opinion. It's nothing based on like the chart patterning. I'm not a chart guy. I'm just seeing what I'm seeing. And I don't want to say we're going to see 200, 300 because that stuff doesn't help the old stacker that's been around for a while. That causes FOMO. That causes people to do like bad things with their money. So I don't like to cause the FOMO, but there's a lot of FOMO people out there that love FOMO. And especially you can tell who they are. They usually work with bullion dealers, or they are bullion dealers. Those are the people that tell you the premiums are never going to come down. Andy Schectman, you're never going to see these premiums go down like they were before in 2019. This is the new normal because all this demand. Guess what happened in 23 and 24? Premiums on Eagles went all the way down to like $2 to $3 after being double spot. So premiums did come back down. There was premiums on 90%. Like everybody wanted 90%. It was a crazy thing back then. Everybody wanted it, and he was willing to pay an arm and a leg. And now these dealers don't want to buy it back, and if they do, they're buying it for like 90% a spot or like $20, $30 back a melt. And they're taking advantage of people that need to sell. But this is the whole reason about being a stacker for the long term. You got to build your stack, and then you got to build a cash supply. So if something ever happens, like silver and gold is cash, don't get me wrong. This is liquid. Gold is really highly liquid, but silver is just as liquid. I can call a guy, he's maybe 20 minutes down the road, and he'll give me close to spot. I was hearing people get $10 back of spot. So I called him up one day, and he's like, it's 5. But for you, it's like maybe 2 or 3. He said, depending. And I said, okay, that works. But I didn't sell because I got a lot of cool stuff. It's deep stack stuff. When I buy silver or anything like that, it's like it's a part of me, and I like to keep it as long as I can. And I sold stuff before, and I regretted it. Like to know. Like, it was hard, even though I got different metal from, what I had. I still regretted it because it was awesome pieces. But then I got different pieces in that was really cool. I like this piece. This is Odin. By the Royal Mint. Yeah, so be careful who you listen to. Don't listen to like the dealer. When you're listening to the dealer, you gotta take everything what they say with a grain of salt. Because what are they trying to do? They're trying to sell you bullion, and they're trying to sell you as much as they can. And the new thing is like, we got 90% at spot. Well, I know people can get 90%, $5 to $10 back a spot, and they're like, oh, that's a deal. It's a deal for online maybe, but not a deal with the brick and mortars, because a lot of people are paying $5-10 back on 90%. There's a really nice store, and it's I don't know who makes it, if it's Royal Mint made the bar or Germania Mint, or it's like a joint venture, but really cool pieces. Yeah, I'm still stacking, going on 7 years strong, and I finally got some time to free up to do a video, show some cool things, and talk about you are being taken advantage of every day. Stacking, when it comes to metal, people are greedy. Dealers are greedy, people are greedy, and everybody's trying to get the most out of what they can get. And I don't blame that. That's called capitalism. But there's dirty shysters out there that will cut your arm off to take what you got. And you gotta know the game in and out. And if you're a newbie, you gotta study everything. Like this and that, you know. How to handle yourself, how to negotiate. Like, you can always ask. That's the thing. You can ask for more, and what the biggest thing they're going to do is tell you no. And usually, if the deal's good, I don't ask for more. I just take it. But if I feel like maybe there's $50 to $100 more left into it, then that's when I was like, can you do any better? And they're like, I can do 50. And I'm like, well, that's better than not an extra 50. So I have sold in the past, and like I said, I regret it. But now I'm just trying to slowly, you know, that's been my thing. Dollar cost average over time, buying a little bit here and there, and that's it. So I'll be doing more videos down the road. But just be careful who you watch, because they're only there, most of them, is to send you a link to buy from their dealer so they can get a cut. I don't play that. I don't like it. I think it's like kind of dirty. But there's good guys out there, and you'll find them. Later guys. Catch you on the next one. Keep stacking. Peace.